I'm Adriano Sergio from Ergon Guitars, Portugal, Lisbon. So I started to work with guitars when I was 19 years old. I'm 52 almost. I want to play bass and I needed no money, nothing. Somebody gave me a neck and I built my first body, like based on the jazz bass, which I still have it actually. And I built actually my first amp also. Then I started to play music. I was a professional session player in Portugal. But I didn't like what I was doing. I didn't like making money with music I didn't like. So I decided to be a technician, and because I knew how to deal with guitars, and I learned by myself and watching other people actually. And so I started a career as a technician and playing music music I like. I did music for theater also, and I did some acting for kids and cinema. Then suddenly, the things start to go fast, and I start to work in outside of Portugal. I work lately with bands like Anthrax, Ronnie James Dio, Ozzy Osbourne, some gigs with Limp Bizkit, Type O Negative, so Machine Head, so on, almost 20 years. And I built a guitar workshop called Guitar Rehab Lisbon and Guitar Rehab London. London doesn't exist anymore, it's just Lisbon. I have 5 people working there, just doing the repairing. It's a nice place. And one of my customers, like, let's say 8 years ago, asked me if you would like to have a custom-made guitar. And I told him, I think what you want, the perfect guy, he lives in UK, I can tell the brand, it's like Black Machine, and I believe you will choose that wood and that wood. Would I give him the contact? And apparently he got in touch with him, and he told him, like, you have to come to UK, you have to put that money, you have to wait and wait and wait. Then he came back to me and says, you know what, I want you to make my guitar. At that time I had like hundreds of fret dressings, put new truss rods, new fretboards, refretting, making necks, making bodies. I have like a lot of experience of building, and plus all the road work I had with all my bands and connections with some factories also. So I told him, okay, I can do that. I don't know how long that's gonna take. Give me some money to insure, and he gave me 600 euros actually, and he waited 4 years. Keep saying, when it's coming, 4 years. Yeah, it was a bit too much. I jumped in like full time on that, and after 1 or 2 months, the guitar was ready, and he was really pleased with it. He's still playing. It's his main guitar. Actually, I have more than one of my guitars. Then suddenly I met Andy Manson in a Luthier dinner they have like every year near Christmas time. And I told him, actually I met Andy Manson before that. I was not even built my first one. I was working on that. But when I finished my first guitar, I showed it to Andy Manson, and Andy Manson said, "Oh, it's not my style, but you have something there." Then I built my second one, and Andy Manson, "Man, you have something. You have like a kind of language already." Then I built my third one, and I showed to Andy, and then said, "You know what? You have to go to Holy Grail." And I've been following a lot of good builders like Uli Teufel, like Claudio and Claudio Pagelli, Matsuda, Jersey Guitars. Michael Spalt, like a bunch of Rukangas. I've been watching their work, so I've been learning one thing it's really important for me is like everything I do, I will not copy anybody. It's, for me, you can copy if you use it in a different way and you ask permission or give the credits for the person who spent hours, weeks, months, maybe years to find some solutions, to find some directions. For me, intellectual property is as important as stealing a car or stealing a phone or stealing whatever. It's stealing. It's a lack of respect for humankind, I think. Sorry about that, but that's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. It's just my opinion. So I decide anything I do, I will not be a copy. It will be quite hard to copy also, and it's going to be tough to be made by a machine also. So actually I don't copy even myself. Every guitar I do is the evolution of the learning process from the previous one. So yeah, Holy Grail Guitar Show. I came here 4 years ago to see if I fit in the scene, to see if my quality was good enough. And I thought, okay, you know what, I think I have a place here. So I applied. And I couldn't tell all the truth, because actually at this time I was building guitars for less than 2 years, less than 2 years. And when I have to feel like, how many guitars you make a year? I had to guess the ones I already did and the ones I will do until the end of the year. And I said 6. About everything else, like I've been working with guitars for 20 years, which is not a lie. So actually I was accepted. And I did what I commit to. I built actually 7 guitars. I brought to 4 here, I think, and I was well accepted. And I think people could see, okay, they are not perfect, but they have a language. They are, it's not random, and they yes something. I applied for the second year, and evolution. I got my first order the first morning I woke up here at Holy Grail after the show was done. And yeah, that's it. And now I can see myself having more and more respect for customers, dealers, people who like guitars, music, business, and I'm really proud about it. And I have to thank people who trust me and believe in me, and support my ideas. And and I'm still very, very pleased for that. Okay, here, that's a Lisboa. It's one of my main models. All the guitars models I have, I put names of Portuguese cities. This is the Lisboa. It's not my late one. It's my second latest one. It was a custom order for Holy Grail Guitar Show. The custom will be here. I'm using Lisboa. It's a mix between an hollow body guitar, a acoustic guitar, and an electric guitar. They are very, 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 very hollow, including the neck joints, including the neck joint here. I use a dovetail slide in, and everything is hollow. And the shape you see outside, all the carving you see outside, I have the same thing inside. So I have red cedar from top. I have Spanish cedar in the back, which is actually from Brazil. I have Mozambique blackwood, and I have a very special Douglas fir from Oregon, which I bought it 10 years ago. I was a bit concerned about the grain. I could see it move it for 10 years, but it's stabilized like 2 years or 3 years ago. I'm using Easy pickups from Israel, which I'm really pleased about it, because I like the sound. I like the chances I have to shape the shape I want, and also because I don't use any plastic, any chemicals on my guitars. And Easy pickups, it's just the coil, paper, and wood, and it's a really good match with my guitars. I'm really happy, and if I'm not happy, I talk with him. We try to find the sweet spot for what I need. This guitar in particular has a balance between neck and bridge, tone, which is a split coil too, which is that one and that one here, and out of phase or in phase. I use drum cymbals for the tailpiece and all the metal parts, and that goes to all my guitars. Actually, I'm from Gilgen, not the expensive range. I use, of course, broken ones, recycling, and I do that because I don't like plastic. I don't like to have the same shape on every guitar. And for the tailpiece, I actually change the sound too. I use a drum stud also, and to hide the bolts, which the stud I screw in, I use on this one. It's a 16 million years old fossil. I do a lot of carving because I think like having a flat surface against your body is not a natural thing and comfortable thing. Again, it's just my thoughts. So I try to get something more organic. I know, and I love sculpture. I like Gaudi furniture, and I like the 20s, Art Nouveau. And for some reason, I got to those shapes. Sometimes I don't know why, but I think it's because of my background, and I think that's it. I have to tell about Lisboa. Is it good?
Beautiful.
Thank you, Vincent and Rare, for inviting me. And we all should thank Vincent and Rare and Nikolai for what he's been doing for us. And if you want to see something more about my work, ergonguitars.com or ergon.guitars. Thank you very much to all of you.